Last week, I had the pleasure of going to a Passionate Pastors meeting, which is held by Pastor Obed Martinez at Destiny Church in Indio, California. And he was talking about that as believers, we don't need a miracle, we just need a reminder. And that statement resonated within me. And I just want to talk to you today about, as a believer, you really don't need a miracle. You can call it a miracle if that's what you desire, but in reality, what we really need to remind ourselves about what God has already told us. For an example is, if my marriage is not working or there's some disruption in the marriage, I need to remind myself what God has joined together. No man should be able to put asunder. If my children are acting up and it look like they're just being cuckoo for cocoa pops, for lack of a better word, I can remind myself that as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. If my finances are not in good shape and I'm believing God to work them out, all I have to do is remind myself that He shall supply all my need according to His riches in Christ Jesus. If people are hating on me and saying all manner of evil, I can remind myself that no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper, and every one tongue that is raised in judgment I shall be able to condemn. So I don't really need a miracle per se. I just need to remind myself of the goodness of Jesus. And I remind myself, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. I remind myself that His mercies are new every morning, like the dew. I remind myself that nothing is impossible with Him. I remind myself that He loves me. God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that who should ever believe in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So when I look at my circumstances and situations and I see all these things happening, I remind myself that I serve an awesome God, a good God. And we need to understand that those things that God has promised you, those things that you have been looking for, waiting for, they are on their way, rather, to you. It's like a mail. It takes so many times, depending on how far it has to travel. But let me tell you right now, let me assure you right now on this day that your blessing is on the way. Just hold on and do not let go. Don't let the outward circumstances control what you know that was in the inside of you, because the greater one resides in you, and the greater one that resides in you is greater than any circumstance and situation. So be blessed and know that God is well able to do what He said He's going to do.